Joining me today is Heman Bekele. He is the 2023 3M Young Scientist Challenge winner, and he's joined by his mentor, Deborah Isabel. She is 3M Project Engineering Specialist with Abrasives. Heman, Deborah, it is wonderful to have you both here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
So, Heman, you just rang the closing bell to celebrate your accomplishments in winning the 3M Young Scientist Challenge. What was it like to be on that podium and ring that bell?
It's surreal. It's honestly one more thing checked off my bucket list. It is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's so great. I think more than anything, I'm really happy and proud to be here, but at the same time, I'm so grateful for even being provided this amazing opportunity.
Okay, so now tell us, what brought you here? What's your project?
Sure, so my project, it's called SCTS, which stands for Skin Cancer Treating Soap. And so it's a compound-based bar of soap, and it's charged with different types of cancer-fighting chemicals, the main one being imidazoquinolines, which is this TLR7 ingredient that can really help with fighting against different types of rashes, and in this case, skin cancers.
Okay, and Deborah, you're his mentor, and you mentored Heman during the project. So during the course of the project, was there a moment that was like a turning point when you saw that he was making a major development?
What I would say is he's such an incredible young man, and just the start to see that passion and that excitement that just brought me along. And especially because this project is about helping other people and making other people's lives better, it just was so encouraging. And we had the conversations around, what are you trying to do? Do you know if anybody has done this before? How do you check for that? So we talked about intellectual property and how do you check on it? Is this something that you want to patent? Are there already patents out there? And it was just exciting to see him he just goes all in, and it was exciting to see.
So Heman, are you planning to evolve this product and bring it to market?
Of course. I do have a basic 5-year written plan. However, just to sum it up, it includes acquiring FDA and IEC certification, because it is so important that not only am I going to have to do some human testing before I bring it out into the market, just to make sure it's 100% effective, but additionally make sure that it gets a provisional patent and it's 100% ready to be put out in the market. So there are a couple steps left, but at some point I do hope to make it a commercialized product.
And Deborah, what does it mean to you and other scientists to see Heman winning this award?
It inspires us, and it reminds us of our own love of science. It's exciting to see the young people. Sometimes you get, with everything that's going on in the news, you get caught up in all the bad news. And this is good news. This is young people saying, there's a problem, and I'm going to figure out how to solve it. And look, here's a solution. And so it reminds us what we can do when we start to focus on the problem and solving the problem, instead of kind of maybe getting overwhelmed by all the things that are happening. But just pick something and work on it, and you can make a difference.
Mm-hmm. All right, and finally, Heman, the answer that we're all waiting to hear is, what are you planning to do with the prize money?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing saying this at the New York Stock Exchange, where I'm sure most of you are expecting, I'll invest it or I'll put it towards something. But unfortunately, I think all I'm going to do is the boring answer of, I'll probably save most of it for college. I'll keep some of it to further develop this project, and patents, certification, all of that. I'll use it for that, as well as the end goal, just being getting to college and even further beyond.
Well, our future is bright, Heman.
Thank you.
With
Thank
you
so much.
Doing what you're doing. So wonderful to have you here. Congratulations again on winning this fabulous award.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
Pleasure to have you both.
Thank you.
Melanoma is a variant of skin cancer where the pigment-producing cells that give complexion and detail to the skin slowly die. Solutions for this disease often involve expensive treatments such as surgery and radiation therapy. By the end of their treatment, the average melanoma patient reports paying over $40,000 in medical bills. Due to the high expense and lack of accessibility, many who suffer with melanoma in third world countries are forced to live with the disease, causing thousands of deaths worldwide. In parts of sub-Saharan Africa, where basic healthcare, nevertheless high-tech cancer treatments are not available, recent reports show a 20% recovery rate to melanoma in comparison to a 98% recovery rate in the US. When first hearing about this issue, I was devastated by the amount of preventable deaths caused by this illness, and knew I had to take action. Hi, I'm Heman Bekele, and I'm here to end melanoma. Firstly, I needed to understand how skin cancer worked to be able to reverse engineer a cure. I was able to use multiple applications such as Cadix and NanoLive to help me with my research, but what I found was overwhelming to say the least. So, let's simplify it. This is a dendritic cell. You can think of them as the guard for your skin safety. Dendritic cells boost immune responses. However, when they come in contact with a skin cancer cell, or HPV, the cell substantially weakens, which allows the cancer to take over. This leads me to introduce MTS. I made this soap by fusing regular medicinal soap with a 50-30-20 ratio of salicylic acid, glycol acid, and tetranoin, which are all cherolytic agents that slowly reactivate dendritic cells. After MTS is used, the soap releases toll-like receptors into your skin. These receptors latch on to dendritic cells, which reactivate them. The now reactivated dendritic cells then join with T and IL-12 cells to fight infected HPV cells. To test my product, I programmed a Python model which used AUC and ROC curves to evaluate effectiveness based on skin conditions. The final product came out to a shockingly cheap 50 cents a bar, or $10 for a pack of 20, which can last well over 3 to 4 months. This, in comparison to the $40,000 price tag mentioned earlier, will be a far more affordable and accessible method.